These kids, they be getting on my nerves, my nerves, my nerves. These kids, they keep getting on my nerves, my nerves, my nerves.
Welcome to the Parenting is Trash podcast, episode 3. I want to thank you guys for all your support. And 1 and 2, it's overwhelming. But it is what I expected because deep down, everybody dealing with issues and things they want to vent to. Today, I have a different background. I was kicked out of my podcast space. See, this is what happens when you have kids and you have a family. You can't do everything that you want to do all the time. This is what quarantine has been like for me. Every time I want to do something, I got to switch to a different space, go somewhere else. I got to work in this room. No, you can't work in that room. You got to work in the kitchen. No, you can't work in the living room. You got to work in the girl's bedroom. Blah, 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 blah. This is what quarantine is like. Oh my goodness. It has been a long couple of months. Mad long. It's just been so weird. Just having the kids home 24/7. It's just something that's like, it's a lot to handle. Kudos to the parents that have been making it through. It has been a struggle. Our patience has been tested. Lord, every step of the way. These kids, they wake up every day. We we bring them into this world, not realizing the burden that it can be sometimes. Like, kids are a blessing, but sometimes it's like during quarantine, I know a lot of people that their schedules, their internal clock got twisted upside down. Like, you used to leaving the house in a certain manner, in a certain time frame. So, now you're like, all right, well, I'm going to sleep in a little bit. Your whole routine is thrown off. But the kids, they don't care about that. They don't care nothing about that. When they get up, it's time to eat. When they want to snack, it's time to snack. When they want to watch TV, it's time to watch TV. They don't care about you and how you feel. And that's just kids. They're concerned. Even the most compassionate of children, their first priority when they wake up in the morning is themselves. Isabella get up, she come in that room, and she look at me. I look at her. She's like, Dad, you didn't say good morning. I'm like, good morning, Isabella. Good morning, Dad. I'm hungry. Now, sis. It's 6 o'clock. Sis, 6 o'clock. Sis. My schedule is off, so I didn't go to bed till 1 o'clock because I was watching Bridgerton. Now, that's my fault, but whatever. Oh no, Bridgerton just came out in December. Let's see, what was I watching back then? One of them Netflix shows. But she hungry, so I gotta get up and fix breakfast. Now, if this was my normal schedule, I would be used to it. I would have been to bed earlier, but it's not my normal schedule no more. Everything is thrown off, so now I'm going to bed later. But no, I still gotta wake up at the same time because Isabella is like, okay. And then Layla, she has still had school, virtual school through this whole time. So she still got to get up. So now I got to get up, make sure she do her routine, and then, make sure everything is clean and quiet. So when she get on, she'll be fine and focused. But then even that's a whole thing because it's been plenty of times I'm coming here and, we as parents, we're so weird. Like, you hear the kids having too much fun and you think something is going on. What y'all doing in here? Like, they doing something crazy. They in here laughing on the computer. And I'm like, are you in class? Like, what are you doing? And yeah, they just sitting in class laughing with the teacher. And I'm like, y'all supposed to be working. I don't remember school being this fun. is going on? Like, and then all the computer issues, like the quarantine. Oh my God, these Chromebooks, like for the parents that had to get Chromebooks, like they have like so many issues all the time. Like in the first 2 weeks, it was a lot of issues. They was just getting stuff set up, internet wasn't working. This Google Meet kept failing, and your internet has to be super, super strong. Then if it goes out, it's not like before. When I was younger, our internet go out, I could go to the library and work. Like, no, the library closed, everything quarantined. So it's like, it just, and then if the work, like, first of all, some of this work that they was giving them is just like, I think the teachers were overwhelmed and stressed. So like, they just was trying to give them busy work, I guess. But even with that, this girl still wasn't completing her work. So I'm thinking it's just my child, because they still want to have like a parent teacher conference, like they do every year. So the parents got on Google Meet, whatever. And then if you want to have separate time to teach, you can. But during the separate time, I'm like, is Layla starting to, finish her work? Because we've been on top of it, whatever. And she's like, yeah. But, it's okay. A lot of the kids, they've been incomplete in the work and with stuff because they missing parts of things that they didn't see. And, it's just difficult sometimes to navigate the different websites and the classrooms that they set up. And I'm like, really? All the parents are going through this? Like, I'm thinking my kid is just out here acting crazy, about to be in trouble and punishment all the time. And no, everybody dealing with it. And then Isabella got virtual school. I don't understand why these babies got virtual school, the 4-year-olds. Now, somehow they do it. They make it work. But, you realize as a parent that your kid is not the only one when there's 10 4-year-olds on virtual school and they all screaming and yelling. Because Isabella is super, super wild. Way, way different than how Layla was when she was a child. Like, Layla had that personality, but it wasn't just like, I'm waking up and I'm on 10 already. Layla had to work herself up to that, and you had to like play with her and goat her into getting real crazy. Isabella just be on 10. And when they get on that virtual school, they got to sing, good afternoon, praise the friend, how are you? Good afternoon. And she like, good afternoon, I was like, oh my God. But they all yelling. So then I'm looking at the teacher like, how is she dealing with this? Because I would just hang up. I'm like, my internet. They just so unruly. And there's some of the kids that are way too smart. Like one of the girls, she talks a lot and is very observant. And it's like, Maya had on this crop top dress. I get with those sundresses, but whatever, it was crop top. So when you in the camera, if she's sitting like this, it looked like she don't got no clothes on, but it covered her breasts and everything. It was just like the way the camera was sitting. And the little girl's like, Miss, my teacher's name, the Isabella teacher's name, Isabella's mom doesn't have on any clothes. In the middle of class. See, now with Isabella, she's 4. So all 4-year-olds have a hard time focusing. But Isabella just be on like another level because, she's distracted by all the things in the room. So if people are moving, if she sees something, so like we kind of have to face her like in front of a wall or something in order for her to focus. But usually we sit with her, either me or Maya, we sit with her during class. So she like, Isabella's mom don't have any clothes. And the teacher's like, yeah, she does. Like, I can see her. Like, I saw her sit down. She does have more clothes. It's just the way the camera is. And like, she had to like sit up so the little girl. And I'm like, first of all, pay attention. You in class. What are you doing? Like, girl, if you don't leave. So that has been a struggle. And they broke the TV. The kids, I think I'm gonna have one of my siblings on to talk about siblings, but like parenting 2 kids or more, just siblings, more than one kid, whether they are adopted, whatever. born to you, sister, brother, whatever, it's rough because they fight. And during this quarantine, they have been cooped up in their room together every day. Like, Isabella's daycare closed for a while, for like 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks. So she was just here while Layla had school. So I had to like keep them separate. But also, when it happened last year, Layla wasn't on meet every day. She just kind of had work. Like, she would do her meet in the morning, and then they would have work the rest of the day. And then like meet at the end of the day. And then now she's in Google Classroom every day. Yeah. This had that. Ooh. They fight all the time, just over stuff that don't even matter. Like, when you little, all that matters is your toys. So I can understand. And Layla being the oldest one, I spoiled her when I was little because I wasn't expecting to have another child. I'm like, whatever, it's going to be my only one. And then Isabella came, and now she's not getting as spoiled because Isabella is wild. She requires a lot more attention than Layla. They're 7 years apart. So Layla at 11 is like, just chill, relax. She can take care of herself. Isabella cannot take care of herself. Like, she can do stuff, but you still have to keep an eye on her because she'll get distracted in that moment. Like, she can, if she needs to, well, not if she needs to, but like if I'm just feeling like, all right, I'm gonna just let her do it, she could pour her own cereal and pour the milk, take the top off, everything, but she'll get distracted and like, oh no, now I want to pour milk in a cup too, now I want to pour milk in another bowl, and like it'll turn to a whole mess thing. But if I'm like standing there, I can let her pour her own cereal, let her pour her own milk, like, so she is able to do some things herself. But I'm just, when you're not there, like if I'm in the other room and I put them in their room, I'm just like, Layla, just watch her. But Layla wants to be the parent. Layla is very hands-on as a big sister, so it has to go her way. She's a very strong leadership type. And then Isabella is like, no, I want to do it my way. Like, even now we have to like really stay on top of Isabella because it's not that she's like trying to be disrespectful. She's just like, she doesn't understand that it's not her world. Like, she just can't do whatever she want to do. So when it comes to Layla, they just fight. And I'm like, come on. And then what happens is Layla will get frustrated. She won't pay attention and she'll just leave Isabella to do whatever. And Isabella climbed up on a dresser and the TV fell off and broke. So, as parents, if you have an older child that's supposed to be watching a younger child, anything that happened, of course, it's the older child's fault. Like, no, you're supposed to be watching her, whatever. So we get frustrated, but it's like, dang, like, but they ain't getting no new TV. That TV broke. I was like, y'all gonna watch the cracked screen? So they watched the cracked screen for a good month until it conked out on us, and that was it. So I was like, whatever, y'all ain't getting no new one. That's it. I don't care. Y'all should never broke it. And it was purely Isabella's fault, but Layla should have been watching her. Listen, I ain't got time. So quarantine is like, listen, you get the full brunt of your child's personality every single day. Like, you are just bombarded with their personality. Like, and it has been rough. I didn't realize how much of it. I mean, I guess I knew kind of that they were daddy's girls before all of this, but now they just want to be up under me. And I've been yelling a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about y'all, but I've been like, just get away from me. I go in the bathroom, take a shower for an hour. Just get away from me. And then I'd be like, oh my goodness. But then they'll go away for a week and I'm like, oh, where are my babies? I miss them. Like, we're so trash as parents. Oh, we so whack. We'd be like, oh, I can't wait for these kids to go. And then they go away. And then in the middle of the day, oh, where's my baby? I'm sitting in that room right now like, oh, look at their little beds. Isabella got Fancy Nancy and Layla got BTS. And I'm like, oh, where's my kids? Where's my little kitties? Oh, I can't. Yeah, quarantine has been really hard. I'm praying for all you parents that are teachers. Like, yeah, because this has been super, super rough. Super, super rough. But we're going to get through it. We'll get better. We'll get better with our parenting. Listen, I love you guys. Happy parenting. Listen, stay strong. Stay strong, because parenting is hard. We love these kids, but sometimes it's just trash. It's just trash. I love y'all. Happy parenting.